Pace car is off. We're ready to roll here from Pocono. Now just one race a season. We come to the Tricky Triangle in Pennsylvania. We're racing for 56 laps around the Tricky Triangle here. And now stages being stage 1 concludes at the end of lap 15. Stage 2, lap 30. We race to the end of lap 56, of course, for the race. With the field window about 19 to 21 or so laps as they head down into turn 1. Larson already up the inside, 3 wide in the background after a wild New Hampshire race weekend. Jay, we have seen some wild races here in NR2003 at Pocono. Could we see the same today, or maybe will we see a bit more tame racing?
I think we'll see different today than what we see tomorrow. I think we'll see another crazy race once again. These guys usually like to send it 3 and 4 wide. You can already see right there. They are not giving up going into turn 3 to end this first, or to get ready to end. That's turn 2, sorry. Until I was really paying attention. But anyways, they go through the tunnel turn, still 2x2 right there. Normally not a place you want to go 2x2, but these guys on NR2003 do not care about that. Now they're in turn 3. Really should be turn 4. Yeah, turn 5. But anyways, 2 wide back here between Harvick and Bowman, and you can see Bowman already kind of holding that group up a little bit right there. Everybody is single file in front of them, and they're starting to break away already from that giant gaggle of cars back there that are just 2x2 and even 3 wide back there, way too far back.
For the lead, already up the inside, Denny Hamlin and 2 Toyotas up here in the mix. Jay and I talk about it every week. When is the time going to come for Toyota? Now, I did not update the points after New Hampshire because I had no internet and I didn't want to use my data to upload or update the standings, but we do know the important stuff. McDowell lost points after crashing. Hamlin was able to put more points between himself, Bell, and Truex. How about Jay, though? McDowell right now running in 4th place. A great qualifying effort and so far a great start. 5 car going backwards. You see him a little bit off the pace on the inside. Doesn't look like a problem with the car, but Jay, it looks like very clearly that 5 car is going the wrong direction. They're already going to have to be looking at some major adjustments here.
There goes Bell to the inside of Logano for the lead, and Byron being taken 3 wide back there by his teammate who backs out of it.
I'm already seeing a very early trend here, that's going to prove it right there. The outside seems to be where you want to be making passes. The inside, it seems like there's not enough momentum on the exit of the corner. Here's Bell on the inside, side by side. He almost did. He might still have it. They're going to drag race down this first back straightaway here, but I think, Jay, that outside is going to prevail again for the 22, but the 20 is holding on stronger than I've seen anybody so far on this inside.
That is the best we've seen anybody hold on to the inside and through tunnel turn right here. This might be the best place for Bell to be on the inside, but Logano again launches on the outside that time. Bell 2 corners in a row. Down if you're Joe Gibbs, if you're 2311.
Oh!
Oh! As we flashback, that's a big crash. 4 drivers just dead. Speaking of 2311, and big letdowns, Reddick destroyed Eric Jones, Austin Dillon.
We got to start all the way back at the start-finish line here as you see Austin Dillon take the 43, 45, and 16 4 wide. Into turn 1. You can see, of course, very close quarters racing, and watch this. The 43 and the 3 come together, and they are going to slide up the track right there. Take the 45 to 16 with them big impacts on that safer barrier. If it will be 4 tires for everybody here now, as we're going to see Logano win the race out of the pit lane there. Not much of a switch up there, and it's going to be a 1-lap shootout for the stage victory. We're back underway. Jay, we saw that outside be very strong, and that 20 of Christopher Bell, of course, on the outside, and a better launch than the 22. This could be very good things for him here to potentially steal the stage 1 win.
1-lap dash for the stage of Chase Elliott. Already takes it 3 wide down on the inside of McDowell and Harvick as it going to turn number 1. Harvick all the way up on the outside. Now is back another row back there to Byron as well, and Bell on the outside.
Already
around Logano. There's a crash. We have a yellow, and that ends as quickly as it starts. Christopher Bell is going to win stage number 1.
Well, keep in mind they got to race it back, so it's not over yet.
That's
now
true.
As they
Never
continue
mind,
on. 3 wide through the tunnel turn. McDowell's in the middle. He's got to be careful here. He knows what's on the line, of course, but he is going to suffer there, losing multiple positions now. Byron around the outside, and Jay, Christopher Bell, basically untouched into 3.
And Harvick just a moment ago was on the outside losing spots. Now he's going to look like he's going to finish 3rd in this first stage, and he will finish 3rd in this first stage. Off turn number 5. Christopher Bell is going to win stage number 1. Hamlin, P number 2. Not much separation between those two, but Bell, that's a fantastic result for him. Logano loses the most spots out of that.
Michael McDowell, Ty Gibbs, Kyle Larson are going to remain on the track in the top 3, all on old tires. Is this going to be a call that works out for them? It's only a lap older tires, of course.
And Hamlin already taking the 3 wide as well. You got a bunch of guys. Truex taking the 3 wide. They're getting a lot more racy this time. And already, goodness gracious, they're getting so close together. Byron up on the outside should get a huge launch, like we saw Harvick do last time around. But McDowell also gets a huge launch, takes the lead, takes Bell with him, Byron as well. And you can see Ty Gibbs and Larson really strong on the inside there. Top 3 almost clear. Chase Elliott, I thought I watched him just get turned for a second. If I did, what a fantastic save he just made. But that one lap on those tires, not hurting McDowell so far, Gary, but Ty Gibbs and Larson, an awful start so far.
Last week, the second win of his final season in the Cup Series.
No.
Oh, boy.
17.
What is he going to do?
I can't tell because there's everywhere, but if that's 4 wide, which it's not, it's back down to 2 somehow. They all get it together. There's 3 wide right in front of them with Cindric and Bush. And
listen to the outside of him, Jay. He's showing, you know what? We've got that car fixed and going the way it needs to, and he's going to cruise around him.
He sent it because Bell backed out of it as well and allowed him to get up in there. That also forced Harvick to back off, which got Byron into the picture here a little bit as well. So Suarez decides to stay to the inside line to check him. Had to check himself up big time right there. Probably going to leave himself open to a run from Cindric and Bowman and maybe
4 more cars.
38 as well, because this is a hornet's nest right here. And straightaway is so long.
Dear.
If they go for it, they can make it 4 wide. The 17 goes for a move there on the 21. That's 2 rows of 3 wide right there together. But luckily not 4 wide. If they were 4, we'd probably have a crash.
So I just saw. Yeah. Oh, it's the 5 of Larson. Kyle Larson, who was looking so strong here in stage 2 after what was a rough day. Jay, we saw him slow in stage 1, and now it looks like, well, you see it there. The engine fails. Will that be a caution? I don't think so. What in the world? Ross Chastain.
How does Chastain?
I'm going to assume that
Bell is destroyed.
Yeah, I'm assuming Larson checked up in front of the 20 and brought out the cautions out because of this. Yes, Larson stopped, so they race back to the line. Pit stop's underway. Michael McDowell is not necessarily going to win this stage unless he comes out of the pit lane first, but of course he had the advantage of coming in first, so it looks like that will be the situation. Chastain's going to be very slow actually there in that number 1 car, and Chase Briscoe, I think, took 2 tires, but Chastain loses a chunk of positions there. Stage 2 order is in the top left of your screen. McDowell will be the stage winner. We're going green at the end of stage 2, coming to stage 3, which is why that top 10 order right now is what the official order will be. We're back underway. Ty Gibbs is not going, and the number 54, I was about to say he's got a heck of an advantage, but Jay, that's a weird advantage to have.
That's a weird, yeah, definitely a weird advantage to have, and it's going to strand the field out 3 and 4 wide as they go into turn number 1. McDowell might be able to hold the lead here, but goodness, they're all going crazy as they go into turn number 1. I think they all got it settled out, though, and luckily no 4 wide, because if we'd seen 4 wide there, that would have probably resulted in a crash. But Ty Gibbs, off the restart, able to go at all, down to last. His engine's not blown, may not be out of this race, but certainly out of contention for the win at the very least. Going to be very likely going to the pit lane this time. And not only did we just have a really weird restart, Gary, but we've also got a really weird order going on. We got Briscoe in second now. Chastain and Harker in their normal places. Chase Elliott gained some spots out of that. Bubba Wallace did as well. And now Bell, oh, hello, 78. Didn't even realize you were up here. But Bell has got a lot of ground to make up now as well. And that's McDowell going to the pit lane. All right, things are continuing to be weird here in the Pocono Mountains.
One on the inside, it's going to be the 14. Oh, Chastain nearly into the outside of the, in the left door of the 9 of Elliott. And all of a sudden, Chase Elliott, who hasn't won this season, we keep talking about it, fighting for the regular season championship, hasn't really been a threat today. He's been in the top 10, but not winning speed. But here he goes for the lead, and he'll clear the 14.
And already looking at the picture, there's a 20 car, Christopher Bell, who was just at the bottom side of the top 10 beginning this stage. And here he is already right here on the backside of his teammate at Bubba Wallace.
Turn 1, I reckon he's going to be able to clear him. But Chase Elliott, Jay, I mean, is loving this. He's getting to drive away. Of course, still over 20 to go. And we've seen both stages so far. A lot can happen. But Harvick gets clear. And I don't think he cares that he's won 2 races. It's his final season. He wants to get a 3rd one.
Now his teammates screwing each other over right there, and more so Briscoe screwing over Harvick than anything else. Because
as they head down into turn 1, will he take a 3 wide? Yes, he will. Here they go into the first corner, and Chastain, Bell, they're close.
Contact. And Bell should get a massive run on the outside there. We've seen every time they go 3 wide, the guy on the very outside gets a pretty big run. Doesn't get as big run as I thought, but is able to at least get past Ross Chastain. Now has a run on the 14 of Briscoe. I don't know if he wants to take this just yet. We haven't seen anybody get past in turn 2 or 3. Got really close.
He wants it
right there.
Ty Gibbs in the pits now. We were wondering what was going on with him. You saw the left side is jacked up. Blaney again 3 wide up the inside. Chastain's going to be benefiting very close right there. Bell had to check up. They're going to still be side by side on the exit of 1. Chastain has a megalodon run to the inside.
He got loose. He had such a big run right there and didn't want to give it up to the 14 car. And now he looks at the inside of Briscoe into turn number 2 through the double turn, and he might have him clear. He does have him clear. There we go. Another pass at the inside of this 14, who is just genuinely awful.
Yes, he's going to go with the 12, which is not going to benefit himself, but it might benefit Blaney enough to clear the 14. And oh my goodness, the 14 continues. Look at this, Jay. He continued. Unbelievable.
Oh, they checked up so big right there. That wasn't even a big run for the 14. You could just see Blaney and Bell both have to check up huge.
Around the outside, and I mean, arguably the fastest car here, Jay, is losing 2 positions right there, and Christopher Bell is going to drop to 8th position. Look at how much ground he just lost, but looking pretty good as Eric Almirola is going to pit. So now the question is, are we seeing the pit cycle kick off here a little bit earlier than expected with just over 10 laps to go?
One thing we have not mentioned this entire run, Gary, we've been
Whoa!
focusing on the
Bubba Wall,
14,
Jesus,
so
Jay,
Bubba
you couldn't
Wallace
hear that, but oh
turn.
my God, oh, Noah Gregson.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. We're fine, and Corey LaJoy has found a way to get involved. Oh my goodness, Jay, you can't hear the game? But that was a jump scare. Watch the on-top camera. He's going to absolutely send it into turn 1 right there. Contact with the 23. Dump him into the outside wall. Send him crashing there. As Corey LaJoy as well found a way. He got turned, it looks like, by the 41. Chase Elliott leads, but there is a bit of a curveball here. No matter what happens, Eric Almirola can stay out. He was in the pits at the time of the caution, but there's 2 others in the same position. Michael McDowell as well as Ty Gibbs can all stay on track. So Chase Elliott, and what was looking like finally he's gonna get the win, might have to wait here today. As you see, Elliott is not even going to be the first one out of the pits. Cindric's going to get him out as well. Harvick nearly beats him out, and Logano gains a good chunk of track position. But Austin Cindric with the big win in the pit lane. But here is the top 2. Michael McDowell, actually, it looks like Michael McDowell has decided, yes, he has. McDowell's pitted, so it's Almirola. Ty Gibbs comes into the pits as this 1 to green, and AJ Allmendinger is blowing up. So Almirola leads. Cindric, who beat Chase Elliott out of the pits, I believe on a no-tire call. Jay, we know, is in the catbird seat. Bowman's coming into the pits with an apparent issue, but Cindric is now in perfect position to get his 3rd win of the season, 2 of them which would be stolen wins, and he is already clear of the 10.
Oh my goodness, that's going to let Harvick get 3 wide as well. They're going to fan out everywhere. Briscoe might be able to get clear for 2nd place.
Oh,
and there goes Harvick to the inside with a big up to the
Stewart
inside
Haas,
of his
2nd,
teammates.
3rd,
Goes
4th.
Harvick, 3 Stewart Haas cars, 3 wide. The 14 on the outside gets a huge run. Blaney's going to follow him as well up into 3rd place. Harvick was able to do something almost magical right there, Gary, but the inside lane is so god-awful. He had to, you couldn't do anything with it, but you can see Almirola is even worse than the 14. That 10 car is awful.
He's terrible. Oh my goodness, he is unbelievable.
I didn't think it could get worse.
How about this, Jay? The 2's pitting.
Cindric goes to the pit lane. That's Briscoe back in the lead again.
There's no way. Coming to 6 to go.
Briscoe and Chase Elliott. Oh my, this 14 is going to hold up the field 10 mile an hour slower than everybody else and still win.
This is Denny Hamlin's worst nightmare as they head down into turn 1. Unbelievable scenes this race has been so far. It hasn't been stupidity. There's not been many crashes, as I think we've had something go wrong in the back. What's going on? Caution's out. Caution flies. Several cars in the back. Logano Penske Racing. What's happening? The caution is going to be out. They're racing back to the line, and Chase Elliott's under pressure. They're 3 wide into the tunnel turn.
Oh my God.
Watch this, 4 wide again for the 2nd time today. Doesn't work. Watch over top first. You see them kind of come together there. Bubba, Suarez, and well, Hamlin and others, and they all go crashing into the outside wall. The 41, Rick Ware Racing is well involved. Harrison Burton, Kyle Busch with a piece of it right at the end, who showed speed early on. Just hasn't had a great day at the tricky triangle. For the first time this season and ever in our series, it's NASCAR overtime. Jay, we know Chase Elliott is in perfect position to get the win back that we thought he was going to have, and we thought he lost, as we're going to get back underway. However, pretty decent start for the 14. What can he do? That's the big question into turn 1, but an even better launch for the 9.
That's a really good start for the 14. That's going to let Blaney get to the inside and make this thing 3 wide. That might give Briscoe a good launch off the corner as well. Elliott's clear. He might get to the inside lane, which will give an advantage to Harvick if he does.
He will.
Here he goes to the inside. Harvick now on the outside with a big run. Elliott's going to have to go up and block that. Didn't really need to, because actually he got away pretty clear right there, and Briscoe is holding up everything. Noah Gregson is going for 3rd place as well in this race. Gary, what the heck is happening?
Let's not forget, Gregson's in the playoffs. He's got that win at Circuit of the Americas as well. Chase Elliott has been looking for this opportunity all season long, and it's taken about, 20 races to finally do it as he heads down into 4 and 5 for the final time here in Pocono Raceway. Chase Elliott, who needed to win to make himself safe, is going to do it on the exit of turn 3 down the front straightaway. Chase Elliott is going to win in Pocono over Kevin Harvick, Noah Gragson, and Stuart Haas. Michael McDowell is taking a left hook to the start-finish pit lane as well. Jay get 2.
Says, thank you.
Yeah, he absolutely does. And 2 Stuart Haas cars join Harvick in the top 5 to make it 75% of the team. Had a top 5 finish today, which was very unexpected when those 2 cars, the 14 and the 10, had about 30th place speed all day long. And Jay is not there. I don't know where Jay went.
Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't realize you were talking to me.
Stuart Haas slow.
But anyways, I'm trying to